welcome back to Romance Review TV with Lady T, and I got a little bit of an update video for you guys, and it's getting a little testy and petty in the IG streets out there. So we're going to talk about it a little bit with the Married at First Sight season 14. I know we're getting into 15, but there's some stuff kind of going on with these three cast members, and we're going to talk about it. So before we do, if you are new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash that like button, and also feel free to drop a comment down in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's talk about what's going on. So first up, we're going to talk about Jasmina and Michael. And you know, they've had a roller coaster of an on-screen marriage as we watch season 14. And at the end of it all, even though they said yes on decision day, of course, by reunion day, they were done. Well, still a little bit of something going on. So this was a comment made to a post by one of the fans saying to Michael how he lost a nice looking woman. You're not going to find a woman if you don't loosen up, my dude. Was the same way at one time, but thank God we've been married for 17 years. Now, there was a response from Michael, and he said he didn't lose anyone. Looks isn't everything, never going to be enough for me to stay with someone. I'm much happier now, so I made the right decision. And one thing about posting your response on social media is that any and everybody, including your fellow castmates, will more than likely get to see what you had to say. And one of those people that actually saw what he had to say in response to this young lady was Jasmina. And yeah, she clapped back. And she started off saying that I'm going to put my petty boots on this morning because I don't care. When people comment on my photos and make remarks about Mike, I keep it cute and on mute out of respect for what we built. But when you write things like this, making it seem like all I am is looks, when you spend every single day with me and know what that I am and so much more, I draw the line. So, you know, she had a lot to say, so much so that I guess there were some things that she could actually spill the tea on, but she chose not to because I guess, according to what she says, that it would have made him look a certain way. And so she's like, I think you just need to watch what you have to say about me, you know. Now, whether he meant what he meant, it's all up to interpretation, but Jasmina, you know, got what she got out of what he had to say, you know, and she wasn't too happy about it. So as she said, she put her petty boots on. I guess, I don't know. We know what we saw on the show. She said that in her message there that pretty much she accepted being the villain. But if everybody knew the real truth, whatever that is, it would be a different story. You know, my thing is, you know, it seemed like they had became great friends afterward because, you know, the body language, even though at the reunion, their body language was like they were cool. They had pretty much settled everything, but maybe not. And so, you know, with this response and her response, it's a different story. So now let's talk about Noi and Steve. Now, there have been a lot of questions about whether or not they're still together. I've even did a couple of videos about these two. One where she was with Jasmina and Katina saying that, yes, I'm married. She showed her ring on the live. And then I even did a separate video about what she had to say about her husband, Steve. Well, today, June 23rd, it got a little bit dicey. And it started when a fan actually asked whether or not she will be carrying her husband's last name, Moy. And I'm going to share, you know, how this started. There is the Q&A question about whether she changed her name to Noi Moy and the reason why she didn't. And this was her response: because it means small pubic hair, and she didn't feel comfortable taking the name and she would prefer to have her mom's last name, and it went on from there. Well, Steve decided to respond. He even put a poll out about whether folks would want to be a Moi. And he went on to even say how proud he is of his name. He couldn't wait to wear the shirts that his mom had printed up for their family vacation and everything. So it was sent to me because at first, I didn't know too much, and you guys always are sending me information, so I really appreciate it. And we get a chance to kind of have a discussion very nicely. But it's one thing I understand to an extent where she's coming from, but the situation is, and I know people have their different views, especially whether you're more liberal, whether you're more conservative and things like that. And it seems like Noi is a little bit more on the liberal side, where she feels that, maybe she don't want to carry his name and everything in regards to that. And, I know some people are the opposite, where they feel that you should take on the husband's name. She said that, I think she got a commenter in her DM saying that the man should take the woman's name. I mean, it's so many different ideals. I guess the only thing where it was a concern with me is putting that on social media about the pubic hair. Now, I know this was an ongoing issue on the show in regards to, the whole thing about social media and what you should put out there. Now, I mean, sometimes everybody isn't privy to everything, but, they get to figure that out on what they decide on, whether or not to carry last names, to hyphenate the last names, whatever it may be. I know me, myself, if there was a meaning such as that, because his family also carries that name too. So, she get to feel how she want to feel, I guess putting it out there to the social media is a different story, and so of course, we saw that Steve responded. So let me know what you guys think about all of this. By the way, our other couple is out there doing fine. Katina had a birthday the other day, and had a photo shoot done, so I can't wait to see all of that. So we'll talk about these two lovebirds a little bit later. So far so good with and Katina, while all of this other stuff is going on. And they're still maintaining their friendships, which is really good with this particular cast. But I'm glad they're really keeping it solid when it comes to each other. So again, let me know what you guys think about all of this. What did you think about Michael's comment? Did you think it was enough to incite, such a response from Jasmina? I mean, Jasmina gets to choose how she wants to feel about the situation. I've heard some other comments, and some people thought it was justified. Some folks was like, maybe she read a little bit too much into it. And then as for Steve and Noi, and the whole thing about carrying his last name, what the last name actually means in their language, would you carry a last name? I mean, Steve put that poll out there. Do you find her stating what the name means and putting it out to social media, do you think that was okay? Or did you have an issue with it? I want to know what you guys think as well. Like I said, I think all of them are still maintaining their friendships, but it's just a lot going on with a little bit of diciness that's going on with these cast members. So we'll have to keep our eyes to the skies and kind of see what happens. And I like to keep you guys updated, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.